All right, ladies, so today we're going to be talking about meal planning or meal prepping. I want to give you a few tools to get started that I think will be really helpful that you might already have. So number one is going to be this meal plan that I sent you. So you're going to have the empty template, you got your cheat sheet, and then there's going to be 3, and I'm hoping to get one more done. So 4 meal plan templates that you're welcome to use, or you can come up with your own. If there's something on there that maybe you don't like, then go to this paper here and just switch it out for something else. You don't have to stick to just these foods, but this is a good starter list. These are just my favorite things that I kind of came up with and put up on there. So switch them out, keep it simple. Another tool, food scale. You can get them for pretty cheap off of Amazon. I'm not going to ask that you weigh out your food exactly or that you count your calories or your macros, but it is helpful to see serving size, especially with protein, so meat and stuff, because most people are either under eating or way overeating. So to get an idea and to learn the right serving and portion sizes, it's really helpful to get a scale. They're very cheap. Pick one up. The last thing I would suggest you getting is downloading the MyFitnessPal app. Not because, again, I want you to count your calories or anything like that, but it is helpful to know, like, say you want to have hard-boiled eggs or something that doesn't necessarily have a label on it as far as how many calories are in it. You're able to type that in, and then it's going to pull it up for you real quick, and then you're like, okay, I can have 2 of those. Helpful tool. The last one is an air fryer. If you don't have an air fryer, you should definitely get one. Pretty much everything I cook in the air fryer. It's quick. You can walk away from it. It's easy. You can put anything in there. So if you don't have one, again, Amazon has air fryers. So as far as eating, I do not want people to count calories. I do not want to count macros because all that can be very overwhelming. What I would like you to try to do is to just mindful eat. So when you're hungry, eat. If you're not hungry, don't eat. So the template meal plans that I sent you have breakfast, lunch, dinner, all that on there, and snacks. Plan those things out so that if you are having a day that you're very hungry, eat that stuff. But if for some reason it's morning and you're just not that hungry, you don't really want breakfast, then just don't eat it. I'm not saying that you can't at the end of the day have all that food and eat all those calories, but I am saying that you do not have to. You don't have to meet all of that calorie allowance for the day if you don't feel like you need it. On a leg day, you're definitely going to want all that food. You're going to be hungry. So allow yourself to have it. Have a plan on what you're going to have when you get hungry so that you can stay on track. Another thing too, water. I know you know, but drink plenty of water. A lot of the times when you feel like you're hungry, chances are you're either thirsty or you're bored. So stop, be mindful, think about it. Would I eat anything right now? Would I just go eat some green beans? If not, then you're probably not hungry. You're probably thirsty. So it's worth a try. Plus, it's good to hydrate. As far as planning, keep it simple. The main thing with meal planning is to just make it easy. When you're planning like a lunch, don't go over 5 ingredients. Pick your protein, pick your carbs, pick your healthy fat, pick your vegetables and all that stuff, which is a carb, but fill yourself up with that stuff. Pick just 5 things, keep it simple, put that together until you get in a good routine of meal prepping and planning that you don't have to write stuff down. But in the beginning, just do it. You'll learn the habits. It will come as second nature to you. I like to plan for 3 days at a time and then 2, and then the weekends I usually don't track anything. I just kind of relax. So I suggest doing that so you don't get bored with a meal. But if you're a person that could eat the same thing every single day, then go ahead and make your plan for the week and do that whole thing for the entire week. That is going to keep you on track better than anything else because it's very easy. You can just cook it all at once. You don't have to worry about having to cook throughout the week. But it does get a little monotonous, and if you're not enjoying it, you're not going to stick to it. So plan ahead, do what I do the 3 days, then the 2, take it easy on the weekends. That doesn't mean you get to cheat all weekend and eat a bunch of shit, but it does mean that you can be a little bit more flexible. You don't have to really think about it too much or worry about it. Just be smart. And if you did eat like shit, don't expect to have really good results on Monday because that's just not how it works. But don't get mad at yourself if you do slip up every now and then. It happens to everyone. Okay, shopping. So when you're going to the grocery store, my biggest tip on that is to stick to the outside edge of the store. So all of your produce is going to be on the outside, your meats, your dairy, all the stuff you need is on the edges. Try to stay out of the center because that's where they get you. Try to stay away from processed foods. Doesn't mean you can't have them, but just try to stay away from them. They have a lot of hidden sugars, so keep an eye on the sugar amount on the label there. And if you can't avoid it with dressings and stuff like that, that's another really important thing, is to keep an eye on how much sugar is in it. I'm not saying you have to buy fat-free dressing. You don't have to buy sugar-free. You don't have to buy the super healthy, crappy stuff. But be mindful of your portion sizes and watch. the sugar. Other things that you may need in the center of the store are going to be like your seasonings. The Mrs. Dash are really good. Just be fancy with your seasonings. Make your food simple when you're meal prepping it, but fancy with your toppings. So also cheeses and stuff like that are not off limits. As far as snacks, like I said, try to stay away from processed foods. But it is okay every now and then if you go for a granola bar rather than going for a candy bar. So just try to make smart, mindful choices. Intermittent fasting. So if you're interested in trying intermittent fasting, my personal opinion on it is to, especially for women, not do it every single day. It's not good for your hormones. It's not good for you mentally. We all have a fucking period and shit like that. And so you get really hungry right before it. You kind of feel like shit and eat like shit during your period, and then after you're mad at yourself because you went and did all that. So I don't think that fasting all the time is very good. I also worry about it because your energy level. So say you're just not feeling it in your workouts, you just don't quite have the strength to get through them, the chances are you're just not eating enough. The most successful way to start to fast is to do like I like to do an 18-6, so you fast for 18 hours and then you have 6 hours where you get to eat your food. Another one to kind of ease into it is a 16-8, which would probably be the best place to start. But I wouldn't suggest going for a 24-hour fast or a 48 or anything like that if you're doing the workouts. Just wanting to try to do a water fast, it can be really amazing for you, but I wouldn't recommend doing it while you're trying to exercise because trust me, from experience, you're not going to have the energy. You're not going to get the most out of your exercise. You're going to do it as something that you're going to do for the rest of your life. So it's something you want to build into your lifestyle that you're going to be able to maintain. So in the mornings, you can still have coffee, you can still have your energy drink, water, a small snack if you need it. Usually I'll have like a piece of toast or something in the morning, but then I won't eat anything until lunchtime or most of the time, dinner time. Just to tie me over because I'm not fasting to starve myself. I'm not fasting because I'm just so competitive in my mind that I can't allow myself to have it. I'm just doing it because for me, it makes my stomach hurts pretty bad after I eat, so it feel better if I just eat at night and then I go rest, and I'm able to eat more. But during the day, if I do feel like I'm hungry, I don't tell myself I cannot eat because I'm fasting, and if I do have a snack, I don't count that as breaking my fast. If I have a meal, like a salad or something like that, then yes, that's me breaking my fast, so by that night, I'm not able to eat quite as late. So be flexible with it, but it isn't a really amazing thing, and I'll probably do a separate video on it with more detail on that. But if it is something you want to try, please let me know so I can kind of work with you and help you start that off. But when you're doing your meal plan, I would still suggest to put a breakfast on there. So if it's a morning where you're like, oh fuck, no, I'm hungry, I can't do this today, then you already have a plan. You're not going to go eat McDonald's shitty breakfast because you've already planned out your breakfast if you want it. And if you don't, it's not a big deal. I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover just to kind of get you guys started off. Use those templates if you'd like. Please don't hesitate to ask me for help on anything, and I will do a more in-depth, detailed video as far as the fasting if I have enough people that are interested in it. I know I have 2 for sure, so let me know, and then we will go from there. But please ask any questions, and I will talk to you guys later.